Steve Zalunardo here with Remax Treviso North Realty. Happy Monday morning, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and fathers to be. Just a real quick update in the current market. We're at 32,806 units, so very similar to last week. We did spike. I checked the inventory on I think Monday or Friday rather, and it was around 33,000 units. So again, we're hovering at 32.8. We had 986 sales in the last 7 days, which is good. It's picked up. What we're seeing now for our current listings is obviously prices making all the difference. We have, I think it's 10 or 11 listings on the market. It's all like sort of like hovering, where we're getting showings, no offers right yet, but also at the same time we are getting showings with people coming in, which is fantastic. And everything is pretty much on the market right now. Things are selling if you're priced accordingly, and we always tell our clients you got to be priced well in order to get property sold right now. And if you do have buyers, which we have actual buyers coming in the market as either first-time home buyers or buyers that have been sitting on the fence the last couple of years, and they're coming in, with pre-approvals and ready to pay cash for a property. So these are basically the golden ticket to any market like this right now, is where we have a cash buyer. So we're entering properties that we can negotiate. And for example, we're starting to see like these bidding wars being stemmed up. Clearly, they'll list a property for $999. It's worth about $1.3 million. It brings in a shitload of people, and then they have these offer dates. Again, it's a $300,000 spread, which is 30%. This is why you're getting a lot of activity and showings. So it's obviously people think it's a fire sale. People think it's a better deal than what it is. And then, our client wanted to compete in this and submit a crazy offer. And it's just like, we don't need to do this right now. We have full power. We can avoid this. You know what I mean? There's no point. We are a cash ticket. We're like a cash gold ticket buyer. We don't need to be present during these bidding wars, especially if we don't need to give them something close to market or above market. It doesn't make sense in today's market. Let's just pull the brakes, slow it all down, and then we're going to be able to get you a property, negotiate the best terms possible for you. Why? Because you are a cash buyer, a qualified buyer rather, and you're ready to go. So this is how we're approaching our buyers right now. And we are seeing a lot of, I was talking to another friend of mine as well that's a real estate agent, and his stack of his buyers are selling small to middle properties and buying larger homes, which makes sense. I've been preaching this for the last 10 to 12 years, where on a downward market, let's say town semi-detaches are going to sell pretty decently, and then you got those larger homes getting price dropped pretty aggressively. Why? Because there's less buyers, and that just basically means that those sellers are going to have to adjust price more frequently in order to get a buyer in there. So that's what's currently happening, is we're having buyers that are making the shift onto larger houses, which is great. I mean, it's a good time to do that. Rates are pretty decent. We also did a webinar on Thursday. It was called Survive or Thrive, something of that nature. And this was basically, we had myself, Mike, talking about the real estate market like we usually do. And then ultimately we had an asset manager from Scotiabank on as well, and then we had a mortgage broker on as well. So the mortgage broker, they own their own practice. I've actually known his dad for quite some time, the last 10, 15 years, and he's owned that brokerage for something like 30 years. So they've been in business. They have over 100 employees, which is nice. So we're getting to the source where we know how to make moves regarding financial decisions, especially with houses. What's the cost for refinance? What's the cost of breaking mortgages? What's the cost of new mortgages? Like, what's the rate? So this was a good little event. We're going to clip it up this week, and we're going to try to promote it, and then hopefully do this every month, just sort of like a mastermind meeting, or a strategy meeting where people can kind of jump on, our clients, our potential clients come on, kind of hear what's going on. And then we're going to keep them short. This one was an hour. It went down like a pretty deep rabbit hole at some point, but again, a lot of it's relevant to what's currently happening, because we do talk a lot about AI, how that's transformative. People don't think that even as a real estate agent that's going to transform their career and probably their income level. They have a massive ego, thinking that they're more important than what they are, because ultimately AI is going to take in a lot of these jobs, and I think they're going to have some sort of virtual agent going forward in the future. Who knows how that all looks, but I would imagine we'll all be replaced at some point. You kind of look at this year alone, there's 5 million jobs lost in the world based on AI, and they're predicting in the next 5 years 92 million jobs, and a lot of these are going to be entry to mid-level white collar jobs. And again, I always revert back to that episode with South Park or that series called Pandaverse in South Park, when they said the only thing that remains is jobs with arms, which is something we all need to start looking at right now. This is why we want to obviously keep with the construction industry, because that's a job with arms, and you're still able to sit in an office and control that from abroad, because you're going to need people on the job site. You're going to need someone to control that. And again, we can use AI to make our development company more efficient, more better. And then also our real estate company, we're actually in the talks with just not even to build it, but just to kind of get an idea of what it would look like as a digital realtor, or a digital admin staff, because we run a Remax practice rather. You have 4 to 5 admin staffs, and they're always rotating. I mean, again, it's sad to say, but the original, what's really going to happen, those jobs will be eliminated. There's a friend of mine that's creating AI tech where it'll basically be a human, a digital person that's going to enter bank accounts, transfer, move things, pay employees. It'll do this whole process for you, which is kind of scary. I wouldn't want any AI model into my bank account, but I mean, the future is going that way, and the big banks are going to start looking at that as well, like the big six in Toronto and Canada. So it is what it is. Have a watch of that webinar. It's pretty good. We're going to do this again every month. We're going to bring it down to 30 minutes. It's kind of like splice it up real quick, and then go from there. But if you have any questions, please reach out. Bye-bye.